All right. Let's talk about the Dolphins and the Bills. One of the most interesting things I think games coming out this weekend is the Dolphins and the Bills. They just had a shootout, 2 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago?
Yeah, I think 3 weeks ago. Yeah.
And, people underestimate it, but it was in a very bitter cold game up in Buffalo and in front of a rabid Buffalo Bills crowd. That was before the injury. And they were rabid yesterday. I mean, the Bills are dialed in, buddy. You better believe that. But they still have to beat Miami. A lot of people have been down on Miami, but I have some stats to share with you here in a second to show why they probably shouldn't write them off. What do you think?
I mean, what I need to know first, because you're a Dolphins fan, is Tua supposed to be back? Is there rumors that he's supposed to be back for this game?
So it's my understanding that Tua plans to come back. However, he's still in the concussion protocol, and that's something that can't be hurried. That can't be like, well, we'll just tape your ankle. You know what I mean? And we'll just send you in the game. So I don't think it's up to McDaniels or Tua. It's not, frankly. He's in the concussion protocol. Tua has said that he is coming back to play this year if he gets the opportunity. We just don't know if that's going to be this weekend. So what do you think from there?
Yeah, I mean, if Tua doesn't play, I mean, obviously the Dolphins don't really stand a chance. Like the Bills are the Bills. They were the Super Bowl favorites pretty much all season for a reason. And I know the Dolphins, like Tua being there obviously changes things. Like the Dolphins were able to beat Josh Allen and the Bills early in the season with Tua there. And obviously, when the Bills won a game with Tua there too. So that's how that goes in the division, which is why I think this could be a very good game and why I'm excited for this game. But that really is all contingent on whether or not we're going to see Tua in the lineup. Now, if I was Tua, and we've talked about this before, like I'm probably not playing and probably contemplating whether to play ever again, like with everything that he's been through this season. But the competitor that you are, you worked your entire life to get to this point and to be in the NFL playoffs and have a chance to win a Super Bowl. So if they clear him to play, I would expect him to play. And if that happens, that's going to make things very interesting. And that's when I would not be surprised one bit if the Dolphins are able to win this game.
Yeah, I agree with you completely, and we're gonna talk about this in our Tua video. So for everybody watching, we're going to talk about Tua in a separate video. So look for that. Tua was 8-3 in the season. A lot of people are talking dog shit about Tua. They're talking dog shit about McDaniels, about the Dolphins in general. Tua was 8-3 in the games that he started and finished. That's pretty damn good. And so the colossal meltdown wasn't necessarily Tua, and it wasn't necessarily McDaniels, it's Tua's concussions. Okay, so I agree with you. Early in the season with Tua, the Dolphins beat the Bills. Now the Bills are a better team now than they were at the beginning of the season. We've talked about that already a couple of weeks ago. So Tua in the game makes a huge difference. If Tua does not play, the Dolphins are screwed, which we're going to talk about that in the Tua video as well. If Tua plays, the Dolphins can win. With that said, after what I saw out of Buffalo yesterday, on the heels of what happened last week, the Buffalo Bills are going to win the Super Bowl. There ain't anybody going to stop this team. You want to talk about a rally flag? We talk this game as a game of emotion, and all you need is an excuse, a really good excuse. All you need is an excuse. All you need is a reason. You need something to emotionally motivate you. And the Bills got an emotional motivator like I've never, ever seen in the NFL before. And this sounds like capitalization on a horrific accident. I don't mean that at all. But if you watch the Bills yesterday, they weren't fucking around. This team is for real. They're hot. They know they're hot. And now they got a reason to win. I don't see them losing the Super Bowl. I really don't. And God help Miami this week because they're just a stumbling block in the way.
Yeah, that's how I feel too. Like they just feel like the team of destiny. I've been on the Bills for the last couple of seasons where I thought they were going to win the Super Bowl a couple years ago, thought they would win it last year. So I've been on this bandwagon for a while. But they just keep improving. And from what we've seen, and even this season, from beginning of the year to the end of the year, this team has changed and improved. Like beginning of the year, they were same old Bills where they were, taking the deep shots, and they still take deep shots. I mean, Josh Allen has Stephon Diggs on like a 50-yard touchdown. They'll still take their shots, but the way teams play them, they're learning how to play a different way, and it's only making them better. And it's just hard. It's hard to pick against them, right? It's Josh Allen, it's the Buffalo Bills. They're a powerhouse, and the Dolphins have been wildly inconsistent this year, even with Tua in the lineup at times. So for me, this is an obvious game. We both talked about it, the team of destiny. I will be taking the Bills to kind of, I think it'll be a blowout. I think this has a chance to be a good game, but I just don't think the Dolphins are going to be able to keep up with the Bills in this one.
And I'd like to point out that I'm a Dolphins fan. I am really into what McDaniels is doing. I'm really into the improvement that Tua has made. This Dolphins team is well-rounded. They're competitive. They deserve to be in these playoffs. They've got enough ass to make it to the Super Bowl. They're just not going to do it through Buffalo.
And I would love to know what you think about this game, what you think is going to happen, who you think is going to win. You let me know down in the comments. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you for the next video.